Bree, what was the key to the start? So many of the no one's ever played before. So you guys got out to 11-2 starts. How did you settle in so quick?
I just think we were just excited. Like you said, I think we did have a ton of confidence coming in since we did beat them, and I think we focused on what we did in that game, and we wanted to do it again, but harder and have more energy about it, and we were just focused and ready to go.
Coach, what did you think of Rebecca's effort? 14 rebounds for the smallest player in the court.
She amazes me every day. I mean, she's just such a fierce competitor, and I think that's what everyone loves about her, from the coaching staff to the fans that come to our games. There's not a day that you don't get Becca's best effort, and that's what we love about her. But it is pretty amazing that she can be the size that she is and as ferocious on the boards as she is. It's pretty fun to watch.
Rebecca, you guys have always played hard this year. What's it feel like to get a win this year?
It feels great. I mean, this is our first tournament win, so this was huge for us, and I think we really wanted it for ourselves, but most importantly for Bree, because we didn't want her to finish her season pretty bad like that. So we fought for Bree, and we fought really hard for each other, and that's why we came out with it.
Coach, really outside going to Colorado, one of the best players in the league today.
Yeah.
How do you go about preparing?
She's another tough one to guard. She's so great at moving without the ball and creating shots for herself. And again, I think it's going to come down to defending her as a team. She's not someone. Bree has actually done a great job on her, but I think she's one of those players that you have to have other people helping off of. And so really, you've got to come in with a game plan of how to stop her, and that's what the plan is moving forward. But excited to play again. They're a great team, and I think if we play the way we play, I think we can compete for sure.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Obviously tonight we got off to a tough start. They were running every rebound down, and I just feel like that was a telling tale of the game. Unfortunately for us, the offensive boards we gave up tonight, I think it was a season high for us. And credit to them for running those down and being the aggressor. I'm proud of the way we fought back in the second half and kept cutting it down and making a run. It shows the kind of grit that this team has had all season, and it had a lot of different things thrown at them. And obviously, it was a little tough for us today. We had a couple kids with the flu and some things that we've battled all year. But this has been a team that's had adversity handed to them time and time again, and they just respond in ways that make me very proud. And I thought they gave great effort in the second half, especially.
After all the adversity, you still had a shot in the fourth quarter, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We got some turnovers and converted on some shots, and we kept making a run, cutting it to a 2-possession game several times, and then we just it was all the second chance rebounds and things like that. We just couldn't quite close it out.
McKenzie, the fact you guys played 4 games in 7 days, did that have any effect on the start and the energy levels?
I mean, we're going to be tired of playing that many games. That's just the way the schedule worked. I think we had a lot of games where we had a lot of girls playing 40 minutes and high minutes, so I don't think that was a big factor. I think we still could have came out with more intensity. I think we just didn't come out with the energy that we needed.
Just the rebound battle, they were able to get someone out to rebounds. Anything particular about how they were able to do that?
They're a very athletic team, and we just needed to get a body on somebody, make it so that it was a physical battle, and I think that they were the aggressor in that way, and it showed that we came back that second half and we tried to be more aggressive on both ends of the floor, but sometimes it's a little too late for those kind of things.
Shannon, you mentioned did that affect your rotation?
Well, yeah. I mean, Gabby and Emma unfortunately came down with the flu and weren't quite themselves today. and it did hurt our depth. Emma's been playing great basketball for us. She's been taking charges and doing things on defense that some of those younger kids just haven't quite gotten there yet. And then Gabby was our leading scorer heading into tonight. It obviously hurt our rotation. I felt like the girls that played, though, gave it their all, and then, like you said, fourth quarter, we were still right in that thing. So no excuses in that area. Everybody kind of has things they got to deal with, and that's part of sports. But it's just been, it was a little rough not having any perimeter sub options and things like that, but we got to make the most of what we had, and I felt like we did.
Shannon, how would you just kind of describe the career that Jace had?
Yeah, well, it's quite a story because, to come from volleyball and decide to be a part of our program has been one of the biggest blessings I've ever been a part of. And to get a coach young lady who, I always say this about Jace, but she was the same person when she wasn't playing as she was when she played 40 minutes a game, and that says a lot about a person. She's an incredible leader and really worked hard on her game to become a complete basketball player, and couldn't ask for better senior leadership than what she gave this team this season.
Jace, just what do you remember most about your career playing Montana?
I try to always, the people. I can't tell you enough about the community of Missoula, but this team and the coaching staff have really been special to me, and they've just taught me so much. They inspire me to be a better person every day, and I'm very thankful for all the things that they've taught me and the values that they've given me.
Shannon, you've had your share of adversity each of your first 3 years as a coach, but it seemed like this one was the toughest of all. What can you say about this season overall?
Well, the hard thing about being a coach is when you see those things happen to young ladies and their seasons are ended, and you hate to always see that. Everybody goes through it at times. It was particularly hard on this team just because of the fact that it happened to the same position. All those kids were the same spot, and we ended up having to have a lot of kids play who we had intended on redshirting, but that was just the way this season went. And I thought they made huge strides as the year went on, and big growth, and we did a lot of great things with those young kids. This was supposed to be a season we were hoping when we were experienced and had some depth, and unfortunately it didn't turn out that way again for us, and we ended up kind of being young again in a lot of ways. One senior and then playing a lot of young kids, but I still felt like those kids did a lot of wonderful things, and they're hungry to get back here next season, and they were a big inspiration for us all season long, even though they were on the bench.
Coach, you mentioned no excuses, but Emma going down, hitting her head, not returning, how did that kind of impact the game plan?
Yeah, well, a lot, because like I said, she's been taking 2 and 3 and 4 charges a game for us as of late, and she's become a really good defender in that aspect, and that can change the tempo of a game, the direction of a game. You start getting your post players in foul trouble, and then Emma's a good scorer and a good basketball player, and a lot of our games this season kind of went the way that Emma went. If she was on the floor and playing well for us, we had success. So that was really unfortunate for us to have her go down like that, and she was pretty bruised up there at the end of the season, had the elbow pads on from taking so many charges, and I love the fact that she found great pride in that this year, and I'm excited to see the kind of defender she can be next year.
After Emma went down, Kylie got more minutes. She had 5 offensive boards. What did you see from her today?
Well, that's one thing I know about Kylie Froelich is she's going to play her butt off, and she's going to go get rebounds, and that's, I think, one of Kylie's biggest assets is she plays hard. And gosh, did she end the season on a bright note. Had great games to finish up the year, and I think that ought to fire her up for next season. And Kylie just has a nose for the ball, and she's going to go run it down and play hard. And I thought she came in confident as a freshman, and to come in here and play that well was huge kudos to Kylie.
Jace, with the things that happened this season, you did have some big wins. What are you most proud about being part of this team this year?
Just the fact that the girls bought into being a part of a team and buying into a game plan, and buying into the little things, because I think that this conference is too tough to just have good players. You have to have so much more to get a win, and I think that those big wins we had were, I mean, regardless of who scored the most points, it was every single person bought in, locked in to the game plan. It was great scouting from our coaches. It was a program effort, and I think that when I'll tell you what, the Lady Griz, when they get that figured out, and I think they're going to next year, they're going to be scary.